In addition to building a list item and adding it to the DOM as we are now, also store the flick in an array. Let's do it. So basically, inside handle submit, as soon as we make this flick, let's just push it onto an array. So ideally, we would avoid a new global variable here. So what about this? Did anybody manage to avoid a global variable? Oh yeah, I know some. I tried yours in the console. What'd you do?
I just initialized it in the constructor.
So initialize it in the constructor. And how did you initialize it? This dot movies, or I'm calling mine flicks. Yeah, but that's fine. Flicks equals empty array. Sure, why not? That just puts a property right on the object itself called flicks, empty array. So then, after we make the flick, this dot flicks, push, flick. Easy enough? Understand why this works? So yeah, you can totally set properties on objects that are created from classes too. Yeah.
I didn't understand why I had to put this again. Why I couldn't just put like flicks equals empty square brackets.
So that would be a local variable. If you initialize this with like const flicks equals square brackets, so that would be a local variable to the constructor function. So that would go away. That would go out of scope as soon as you finish doing that. We don't really have instance variables in JavaScript. Like I said, these aren't really classes. It's just a class-like syntax. But what we do have is an object here. So we can totally set a property on that object. So that's what we're essentially doing. So the instance that we create out of this is a new object, and we can set properties on that like we would on any other object. Just like, you know, foods dot breakfast or whatever. Right, same idea as those examples. You dig? Make at least a reasonable amount of sense. So let's see it work. Gifted Evans app is my instance, right? Lowercase a app. App.flicks. Now it's an array with one flick in it. Cool. Store flick data in an array. What's the point? Whoops. I just want to sort of maintain all my data separate from my UI, because one of these days we'll probably sync it with a database or with something. We'll have the data persist somehow so that it doesn't go away every time we refresh the page. Or it would be nice to do that anyway.